Yes, welcome to the African Liberation Station. It's been a moment since I have been on here to do any show. But, tonight I have to address some critical issues. So again, welcome to the African Liberation Station. I'm Ras Kweku. Many know me as Brother Kweku. So I welcome each and everyone to forward into the chat room, share your thoughts, let us know, share the things on the station with others, but always never forget to subscribe and share all of these things with everyone who you come across that is interested in liberating their mind, someone who is interested to know what really is happening in the world. Yes, B1, give thanks, PG. Yes, welcome into the African Liberation Station. We are always here to enlighten, so please share these things and never forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But tonight we are going to talk about these issues that we as a people, we must address. I've been keeping up with some things that is happening. And one of the things that I see, a lot of brothers and sisters, they are showing some things on their channel. And I must say, I want brothers and sisters to be very careful and very cautious. And it's very important what I'm going to say tonight when I say I want brothers and sisters to be cautious. First and foremost, remember this. When African people was suffering under enslavement, remember why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not just saying this, but I'm saying it for you to think. When our people was being enslaved and colonized, there were no nation that came alongside you and was there to help you in your time of need, in the most critical time of the African people need. There were no nation around the world that was there for you or for us as a people. Now, what I'm seeing with a lot of brothers and sisters, all of a sudden you have these Europeans, they coming out and they telling you about the things that their forefathers did to you, to your people. You have Chinese people coming around and saying things as they're in support of the African. Now, listen to me carefully again, brothers and sisters. When we were working hard to make everything possible for everyone else, even when no one was there for us, none of those people ever turned in this society and in this world to come and give an hand to an African and say, come on, let me help you to stand up. Now, in this dispensation, when the African spirituality is arising, when the African awareness is arising, when the African people start to connect, all of a sudden, you see all these Europeans, they start to tell you what their grandparents or great-great-grandparents was doing to African people. Think, my people. They're there and they're showing you all of the things that they were doing to us as a people. Now, you, my dear brothers and sisters, you start to see these people coming and they are cheering you on. They are there like they want to see everything go well for us as a people. Where were these people when you were in your most critical time of need? Where were them when you're talking about your plight and what happened to your ancestors? Where were they? Now, they were the same one a few years ago that was saying it's time to stop talking about slavery. It's time to stop talking about these things because it's in the past, it's in the past. None of them came to your head to make sure that you get some help, therapy, to help you to overcome the traumas that you suffer as a people and as a group. They were never there to pay for the crime that they have committed against African people. The worst crimes that ever committed against humanity is the crimes that they committed against African people. Where were they? They were telling you, these are the same ones that were telling you, saying, hey, you know, you guys cry too much. You guys need to grow up. You guys need to stop doing this. And when the police shoot down one of your brothers in the street, then they will say to you, oh, he must have done something wrong. Why the police would never just shoot him like that? These were the same people. These were the same people that now are showing you and telling you about your history that was hidden from you all through your life in schools and all of these things. These were the same people. Don't you think they had that information? Don't you think that they know exactly what happened to you and your ancestors? Did you think that their parents hide it from them? All of a sudden they are getting their hands on all this information. You don't think they had them before? Huh? So now that they realize that the Africans are awakened and they realize that the table is turning, now they are coming and they are befriending you. Remember this, my people. When you used to go to school, when you used to work these jobs, wasn't it these same Europeans that they friend you just for you to give them knowledge, and after they give you knowledge and gain the position over you, isn't it them same one didn't even look around and try to help you? They pretend like they didn't even know you sometime. And those same jobs, when you help them, the ones that you helped when you were going to school, once they passed their exams and whatever they were doing, all of a sudden, they get where they're going, they don't remember you anymore. We are a people, we are too easy to forget. We are too easy to forget. The thing is, my people, you wake up, don't fall asleep again. Don't you ever, never think that these Europeans are on your side. Yes, Max West, don't you ever think that these people for a minute were on your side. Where were these Chinese people and these Japanese people that all of a sudden, okay, all of a sudden, they are coming and they are telling you all these things, and they are, basically sitting there and saying this and saying that. Greetings, my sister. Everyone is saying this and saying that all of a sudden, right? They are giving you information. They are getting in on all of these other committees. They're getting to these other communities, the white communities. They are saying, oh, these Europeans, they did this to the Africans, they did that to the Africans. All of these things they are doing. Where were they before? Let me tell you something. There were a young brother. I will never forget him when I was living in Florida. His name is Trayvon Martin. I remember when George Zimmerman killed that young boy. Okay, that wasn't long ago, my brothers and sisters. Do you know that all of these white people in Florida came together, paid money to make sure that this boy never spent a day in prison? And another innocent black child, not a man, a black young man, loses his life for nothing, just for being black. What I'm saying to you, these people, they get together and they put money together to make sure that that there was no justice for this young man. None. And it's still happening in America today. It is still happening in America today. The reality is, my people, don't be fooled by all of this facade. We are too easy to pacify. These people always pacify us, put a soda in our mouth like a baby. And we glad to accept them very quickly and say, oh, they are my brothers and they are my sisters. They don't have no love for you. They don't even know what is love. They don't. Let me give you, brothers and sisters, some history. I know many of you has never heard about the Berlin Conference. Because you see, in our truth, most of us Africans don't want to be African. We want to be everything else but African. So we want to lie to ourselves and say we are not. But go do some research. The Berlin Conference, okay? When the Berlin Conference happened, the European, before the Berlin Conference, they were killing each other. Go check the history, what I'm telling you, and you will find it. They were killing each other, okay? Now, these same Europeans decided and said to each other, if we don't stop fighting each other, all of us going to die. And the Africans are still going to be there, full enjoying all the good things that we want. So this is the suggestion. We're all going to come to the table and we're going to decide to divide up Africa, that each of us can get our fair share. Okay? Each of us can get our fair share, and we don't have to be killing each other no more. We will kill the Africans instead. Now, when I hear my people say, oh, we black people, we will never get together, we will never unite. You see, these words that you're putting out into the atmosphere are that we have put out into the atmosphere. It is what has kept us into the place that we find ourselves, because we are too negative. We are too negative. And that negativity that we keep putting into the atmosphere is what has kept us into the place that we find ourselves today. Our fight is not like the Europeans, no. We were not that sort of people. We were loving, kind people to each other. When I tell you, you see the narcissistic behavior about European, they write down everything that they do. They do. When they first came to the continent, you know what they said? This place is utopia. No prisons, no jail, none of these things existed. None of them. So you tell me that Africans was divided? No. Africans was people that were living good. They had differences, but they know how to settle them. We must come to the place, my dear brothers and sisters, where we settle our difference, because we have a common enemy. And that common enemy is going to do everything to rob you of your joy, to rob you of your happiness, to rob you of everything that you deserve and desire to receive. They will keep robbing you of it until you wake up and realize that the only way for us as a people is to unite. To unite. That is the only way for us. I'm asking my young black brothers especially, dump the football, the basketball, and all of these games that you're killing each other over and talking about, this is my team, that is whose team. All of these teams belong to your oppressor. And they use these games to distract you, that you may not think, that you may not figure out your way out of this madness, because they know once they entertain you, listen to the words, entertain, they are detaining you. They are detaining you, my people. They are entertaining you. They're keeping you in front of a television, fighting over team and games that is not yours. Stop fooling yourself. Stop putting yourself in this crazy place that these people want to keep you and think that basketball or football or baseball or any of these games is going to lead you out of their oppression.
Sit down and think for a moment. Do you see these young guys that they put in there and give them how much millions of dollars? They never work a job yet in their life. None of them work any jobs. None of them know how to manage money. Out of 100%, maybe 1% or a quarter of a percent know how to manage any kind of money. These are boys. They're not just doing it. They are doing it to you to keep you in a loop. The people who should get those kind of money, they never get it. The farmers who farm that you can eat. The people who sweep the streets, who keep society clean. These are the people that should be making that money. But the people that don't work 2 cents is the one that they put on top of you every time. And you feel like they are the greatest thing ever. You want these superstars, these basketball players, these movie stars. These are the people who we as a people, we think that they are some gods to us and we should worship them. And they are just entertaining you to keep you detained, that your oppressor can oppress you some more and you think it's a wonderful thing. We always look into the top, that the people on the top is going to bail us out of where we are. But I tell you, my people, because we are not a people that is using our brain to think and coming together, the fact is that no house has ever built from the roof down. So stop looking at the top and think that you are going to be help. Look to each other. Come together, work together as a nation and as a people, and put these petty differences aside, that you can overcome your enemy for good. Okay? I'm not the person, I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, I'm none of these things. Because all of them are oppressors and colonizers. They use their religion to keep you in a loop. And you keep living in that loop and talk about you're a Muslim. Like when the policeman is beating you in America, shooting you down, is he asking you if you're a Muslim? Is he asking you who you are or what you are? We have to stop the madness. It is madness, my people. We have to wake up from this madness and come into ourselves and start to really look deep within and say that we must unite as a people in wholeness, in oneness. We are the same. We are just reflection of each other. These people have us in a loop for so long that even when they tell us January is the beginning of the year and we are run around believing, oh, it's a new year and we're celebrating with them. No, my brothers and sisters, you just entered the new year. Spring, when everything starts to grow, it is when everything is renewed. How is it going to be when all the leaves are falling off the trees and in the middle of what they call so-called winter? That's the time they're telling you it's a new year when nothing is really growing. Nothing. We have to start to think for ourselves. Come out of the loop that they have you in. We must. You see what is happening? I told my brothers and sisters a long time ago, maybe more than 7, 8 years ago, I tell my brothers and sisters, I said, listen, in America, when you see these shootings, these school shootings, I told my people, I said these things were going to escalate. I said when white people are buying guns, they are not buying it to kill black people. They are buying it to slaughter one another. They are not. They are buying it to destroy one another. Because the fact is, my people, the ancestors that are here, the ancient ones that are here among us today, they are making sure that everything is revealed. There is no secret that can be hidden anymore. I told my people that these things was going to come. And many people, when you say, in a lot of cases, you're not going to have to lift a fist against an enemy, they think it's a joke. but the enemy will destroy themselves. They are running to you to try to make you to feel sorry for them and save them from what is coming to them. When you see a black woman with a white man, or a white man with a black woman, or a black man with a white woman, let me tell you guys something. They are trying to save themselves in you. It is not because they love you. It is not they care about you. No. When you see them coming into Africa now, they are trying to make you have mercy on them, or feel sorry for them and save them from what is due to them. And I'm telling you, my people, listen to me and listen to me carefully. Your ancestors are watching. And the blood of your ancestors that are upon the hands of your enemy and all your enemy, you help them and you will pay. I promise you. Your ancestors are watching and they are paying close attention. Don't fool yourself. You become a sympathizer of your enemy and you will pay. When I tell my people, your enemy will never give you any tools to free yourself. A lot of our people today are running around talking about this Jesus and this Yahshua and this whoever. My people are running into these religion, all of a sudden, Hebrew, Israelite, you whatever they want to call themselves, my people are running and joining these religion. You are running from one madness to another madness. Listen to me carefully, my people, because I'm saying these things and it's pivotal and critical that you listen and pay attention. All these religion is leading to the same place. All of these religion are nothing but madness and craziness. Listen to me, go do some research. Outside of the Bible, there is no evidence of anything that is in the Bible to back the Bible. Nothing. Nothing at all. You will talk about, oh, Jerusalem and this. You see how shallow we are as a people. Let me tell you something, okay? Because our mind is lazy. Sometimes when you tell our brothers and sisters that they are lazy, they think in you meaning they are physically lazy. No, mentally you are lazy because you won't go do no research for yourself. This place that is called Israel was established, listen to me carefully, in 1947, between 47 and 48. That's just around that time, not too long after this so-called World War. Now, before that, there was no place on earth that was called Israel. There was no place on earth that was called Jerusalem. Only in a book called Bible that your enemy conjure up to use against you to confuse you. Listen to me carefully. They wanted to put this so-called Israel in Uganda. Go look it up. So how the hell can this person named Abraham, how can David and all these other people that you are running after, how can this Jesus exist when these places never existed on earth until in the 1940s? No, explain that one to me, because I must be a foolish man. These places does not exist before then. There's no book in history you will go and find these places. America and England is the one who do what they done to the Palestinians and talk about this place called Israel, created this place called Israel. Okay? Before that, it never exists. We talk about how great Europeans are. A lot of us as a people, these are the things we do. You go to every European country, every last one that have a museum, all in their museum is African. African history, everything about Africa, everything in their place. You see what I'm saying is everything in their place. So we, as a people, need to realize, need to understand and understand that these enemies of ours, they are always going to be on your neck, so to speak, until you ease them up off of you. They don't care about you. They don't have no love for you. Stop running down this false religion. It is created by your enemy. And every last religion is connected to Rome. Whether they're Hebrew, Israelite, no matter what they are, they're all connected to Rome. And when Rome calls, they must attend. It's a business. It is a business. Wake up, my people. Wake up. It is no time for you to sleep with this foolishness anymore. You find sometimes you have these African men saying, oh, they can't find a good black woman. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself, man. You are being stupid and foolish. You're just creating lies because you first have to lie to yourself before you can lie to anyone else about you can't find good black woman. That's a damn lie. Straight. No joke. There's too many good sisters out there. But you just want to excuse. You make any excuse. Go make it by yourself. And I'll tell you this, me personally, I don't want to be your friend. So don't come around me with these parasites, okay? And think I'm going to be your friend. I don't want no friendship from anyone who decide to go outside of their race, because I don't see no creature in nature go outside of his group to go have relation and have children with something else. I never seen a giraffe and a rhino mating. I've never seen that. I never seen a giraffe and an elephant decide to come together. Okay? I've never seen a tiger and a lion decide to come together. Even though they look similar, they will never go together and mate together. You look at the birds and you tell me which bird do that. And then we talk about we are the smartest thing on the planet. Lie. We are foolish. And we are, when we do these things, any one of us who do it, you have to be lost at the time when you do these things. You see, because you think that you and them are the same when you are not. You are not the same. Don't lie to yourself. We as a people have to stop lying to ourselves. And that's why you're quick to save the enemy. That's why you're quick to become friends with the enemy. That is why you want to be there. What is it that you're trying to prove? What is it that you're trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove it to? You have nothing to prove to these people. If they're ashamed, it have to be them. They have to be ashamed of themselves. But they have none. They don't have no love for themselves. They don't know what is shame. You see, all of a sudden they are pushing their homosexual agenda on the African people. When they come with their COVID and their diseases, and we run them out of here with their diseases and decide we're not taking this shit anymore, now they're coming. And now they are saying, oh, you know, this and that and blah, blah, blah. No, and homosexual, and you have to accept homosexuality. They're running around Africa sending this woman called Kamala Harris here to tell people about they have to accept, and it's human right. When did Kamala Harris ever fight for the right of African people? Where and when? Prove and tell me that. The same woman who see that lots of Africans in LA go to prison. Huh? You think these people are your friend? This woman, her father is a Jamaican, but she want nothing to do with him. He was born there. Rather, an African that was born in Jamaica is her father. She didn't identify with him. She identified with our Indian side. She want to do nothing with people like you. But yet we are such a foolish people. We want to run behind these people and talk about, oh, she's a Jamaican. What is the hell is a Jamaican? None of us are Jamaican. We're all African people that were born in Jamaica. This woman don't identify with you. She don't want to identify with you. You see, they don't care about you. Stop fooling yourself, my people, and wake up from whatever madness that you're drinking. Because you have to be drinking from a cup of madness to believe this old cockamania story that these people keep selling to you, and we keep buying it. We keep buying these things. When is it that we're going to let it go? That we can thrive together as a people? When is it that we're going to stop putting each other down? When? When is it that we're going to realize that these are not doing any good to us? We have to stop this madness. You see, you know, I want to ask this question. I know there are some of us that come from the West. And when we come from the West and we come to Africa, we come on these trips with these white people. When you go inside of the dungeons, they call them castle, not for me. But when you go inside of these dungeons that they had your ancestors, how does it make you feel? When you see the face of these white people, that they don't feel nothing for you. Some of them go inside there and laughing like it's a joke, as some of the people who do the narration at these places say. These people are like, they are there laughing at you. Like, look what we did to them, and yet they are still being friends with us. We, as a people, need to get out of this craziness. The food that they're feeding you is what is giving you your narrative. It is what is allowing you to think the way you do. Greetings, my sister. It is what is allowing you to think the way you do. I'm saying that it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to start thinking. It's time for us to realize that these people don't care about you, because they say no matter what they do to you, you just don't get it. You don't get it. It's like you love this bad treatment. You become used to this bad treatment. You see? And yet, no matter what they say, you just keep on hanging on, hanging on. Hanging on to what and for what? When we try to tell our people about Africa, greetings, greetings, you know, when we tell our people about Africa, no one, a lot of our people, I'm not African, I'm not going to that places, is starving children and all animals roving about all over the place. When are you going to stop believing these lies? When are you going to wake up and realize that you are an African? No matter where you're born, you can't change that. You are an African. Don't let people fool you and telling you you are indigenous to here, you're indigenous to here. No. All of us who look like me, we started on this continent. Yes, we were moving around the entire globe, but we started right here. Right here is where we started. So shall it be in the beginning, so will it be in the end. It is a fact. And these things, many of these things, sometimes you hear we quoting them, it's not Bible. This is what our ancestors used to talk about. This is what our ancestors used to make sure that we know, that we were aware. All of these things you hear they talking about in Bible, these was no words of Jesus. No, these are African saying. They tell you that this man speaking in parable, lie. Only African do those things. Right now, you in Africa, go to the villages and you will hear them. They will tell you things still till today in parable for you to figure it out. That is how we operate. You see, but we have these people take us out of nature. and put us into an artificial world, and the artificial world become to us better than paradise. The artificial world become better than paradise to you. Oh, I can't do without this. Oh, I can't do without that. And the same food that you can't do without, it is what is killing and destroying you. Oh, I don't have good health insurance. They don't have good doctors in Africa. Those same doctors are killing you. Those health insurance companies are paying money towards your death or your demise. That is what it is. Whether you want to accept it, yes or no, but it is the truth. The Burger King, the McDonald's, and all these things that you desire, all of these things are killing and destroying you, my people. They're in Africa. But these are the madness that we must stop. Many of our people, they come to the continent and they come with their westernized ideology. And you can see that the Europeanness hasn't come out of them. So they need a re-brainwashing. They need a real brainwashing, that you can wash their brain out and put some African sense into it. And we come to the continent and we come here like we are superior to our brothers and sisters. No, we are not. We are in the same plight as they find themselves. So you think you're better than them. You're wrong. You are totally wrong. Greetings, my niece. Greetings. Good to have you in the room. We must wake up and realize that the things are changing, and they are changing very fast. And my people, I'm telling you, it is no Jesus coming. I promise you that. Everything is being revealed, and you shall see. It is no Jesus coming to help anyone. The reality is, all these things that they sold to you are lies to keep you in a loop. And you will keep feeding the same thing to your children and to your grandchildren for eons. And so your suffering will always be there. That is their game plan. But I'm telling you, each and every one of you in this room tonight, that those days are over. You're living in a new dispensation, and many of you don't even realize that. The three-dimensional world is rapidly going away. The three-dimensional state of mind is rapidly disappearing. And those who are three-dimensional will be lost in the three-dimensional world forever. You have to decide. You must decide. I can't decide for you. When you know the truth must set you free. But most of us don't want to be free, because most of us want freedom. Because when you live and are happy with your oppressor, it is really dumb to think that you are free. There is no such thing as freedom living with your oppressor. It's a lie. They have scammed you clean. Trust me when I tell you that. They have scammed you clean. I tell my people that this is the age of the known. Everything is being made known. Now, when you hear the World Economic Forum go, they have this meeting and whatever. One time, like 20, 30 years, 40 years ago, when they have these meetings, you never heard anything about it until they're ready to implement it. Now, as soon as they finish their meeting, everything that was said in that meeting is put out. It's almost like an ancestor is there recording everything and just put it on YouTube and put it everywhere. because nothing can be hidden anymore. So no lies that is there that will not be uncovered. Everyone will be uncovered. Open and exposed and naked. The truth will stand, because the truth always stands alone. And every lie must be exposed, and that is what is happening. So if you think that this religion that they have sold to you is going to save you, I feel sorry for you. If religion was the answer to your problem, my people, they would have already been solved. And if politics was the answer to your problem, it would have already been solved. So I am saying, as Bob Marley says, wake up and live. Wake up from your sleep and your slumber. We're more than sands on the seashore. We're more than numbers. We are more than them every time, all the time. It is time for spirituality to take your life in its fullness, and for you to take your course. Come into the know. Don't hide no more. Restore yourself. Thank you, my sister. Restore yourself. Bring in the balance, because you must balance who you are. And you must know for certain that the dispensation that you are living in means an end to a set of people who has caused destruction upon destruction on this planet. Their end is here. Don't let them fool you. They are not doing what they are doing to help you. They are not doing what they are doing because they love you. They are doing it to save themselves, as they always do. They will do whatever, whenever. So stop trusting in their madness and their lie. Don't get caught up in this. Don't get caught up in this. Yes, my sister, we have to get up and stand up for our right. Yes. Don't get caught up in this and be fooled by them anymore, because they always do it and you always fall for it. We have to make sure that we are aware that our enemy is trying to hide themselves in among us, because they know what is coming. They are fully and well aware. They are the same ones that marginalize, criticize, and make sure that you never get the things that you deserve in life. And those are the ones that you want to feel sorry for. Those are the ones that you want to sit there and tell me, oh, people can change. Why didn't they change when you need them to change? What is the difference now? All of a sudden, they hear African people talking about spirituality. Spirituality was demonized before, but now it's the most popular thing, and all of them are jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, they are talking about spirituality. None of them have no clue what is spirituality. Whatever they talk about is what they have read and what they hear you say. They don't know about spirituality. And Africans are too easy to see when they come into your space. Oh, you run and you show them all your practices. You take them into your villages and you teach them all of these things, and then they turn around and use it against you. They make money off you and they laugh at you. When is it that we are going to know that these things is what bring destruction to our people in the first place? These people, they come and they play nice with you to see how they can rob, rape, kill, and murder you and take everything that is yours and claim it that is theirs. When is it that we're going to come to that place? When is it that we are going to say enough is enough? And I don't want my children and my great-great-grandchildren to keep suffering the same fate that my people has always suffered. When is it? that we are going to say, no more. Wake up, my people. Wake up. I'm telling you, your ancestors whose blood has run on this earth as deep as the sea, and deeper than the sea by now, that all of us could drown in the amount of blood of your ancestors that these people have shed. So you feel sorry for them, you will go down with them. You try to save them, you will go down with them. Trust me when I tell you, it is the truth. When my ancestors speak, I listen. I pay attention. And I'm telling you, be aware, my brothers and sisters. Be aware. Because if you don't, there's a bitter price to pay. You may lose your existence in the realest sense of the word. So I'm saying, as ancient ones, chosen ones, it's your time. You have work to do. Teach your people. Enlighten them. Get them to go in themselves. So I said, enlighten, not enlighten, in. They must learn to go within. There is no answer outside of yourself, my people. All the answers are within. Everything is just a reflection. And the reflection is what comes from within. So pay attention. Pay attention to how you think. And don't let no one else do your thinking for you. Only you should do your own thinking. So wake up. Stay awake. Stay sharp. Knowing is the answer. Not believing. Stay strong. Stay true. And keep on helping each other in this dispensation. I am here because I know my purpose here. And I am following my purpose, and I am carrying out my purpose because this is what I am here for. I'm happy to do what I do. I'm not looking for pay. I'm not looking for accolades. I'm not looking for none of those things because they don't really mean anything to me. And don't get it wrong. I give thanks for my brothers and sisters who have always, speak highly of me. I give thanks for you. What I'm saying is, my purpose is not for payment. My purpose is not for no material things. It is here that I am to show my people the way, to give you that voice that you need, that you can turn within and stop looking outside of yourself for the answers that you need to set yourself free. That is what I am here for. Nothing else matters to me. It doesn't. As long as I do what I'm sent forth to do. And I give thanks that so many of you are listening and paying attention. I wish you wholeness, my people. I wish that the universe would always turn in your favor. And I ask the ancestors to guide you in your path on this journey, and that you may be wise sisters and brothers in this dispensation. It is very, very important that you don't lose your way. Don't be fooled by anyone, because your enemy are working and making sure that you save him or her. But it would be a grave, grave dishonor to your ancestors if you do so. Blessings, my sister. It would be. So I'm saying, stay true, stay strong, be courageous, and most of all, stay balanced. Stay balanced. Guidance and protection, my people.
I say one love, as Marcus Garvey would say. Take care, and we shall see each other soon.